Fala, rapaziadinha. E aí, beleza? Bacana, tá bacana. Tá bacana. Tá bom o áudio aí? Tá bacana. Tá bom o áudio aí? Deu eco já? Bora lá, meu povo. Tava aqui, ó. Dá continuidade aí. Lothen Gamer. Sejam todos bem-vindos. Vamos dar continuidade à campanha do Baden no Pesadelo. Capítulo 7 hoje. Tamo aí, vamos fazer as missãozinhas aí que nós temos pra fazer, então. Os episódios anteriores estão aí nos vídeos aí, se você clicar aí no canal. No meu canal vai ter os links aí pros outros canal meu também, tem playlist, tem tudo aí, gente.
Spare? Have you a coin to spare, my lord? It's for my son. He's sick. He hasn't any clean clothes to wear or anything to eat today. Neither have I. A question I ask every day. He was eager enough for a daughter who would bring him into the mining camp. But since the boy was born, I've not seen nose or heel of the lout. And me alone on the street, forbidden to... But no! I can't bear to even think of it! I wish there were. My name is Erlinda. I wasn't always like this. I was born to a mining caste family. We weren't wealthy, but I never went hungry before. Now it's all gone. And it's my own fault.
Tá passando trabalhinho aí, vamos ver qual é que é pra ajudar ela.
I can do to set it right. My son's father is casteless, as is he. I used to be a miner, but my parents stripped my caste and refused to accept me back. Unless I agree to abandon the child in the deep roads and pretend I never bore him. You would do that? But why? If you would do this for gain and not compassion, then there is no hope for my son. We have nothing to offer but gratitude. Then I cannot offer enough gratitude. But I warn you, my father is a stiff-necked man. His name is Ordell, and he's usually at
Na
Tapster's.
taverna.
I do not think he will listen to you. But I will wait anxiously to see if you can do what you promise.
Isso atualizada, gente. Persuadir o pai de ser linda, aceitá-la de volta. Persuasivo é nós, cara. Persuasivo é nós. Então não se abala com persuasão que tá tudo certo. Ei, meu amigão. E agora, meu amigão? E agora, meu amigão? Faltou aí, ó. Como é que tu me deixa mal nessa? Ponto pra gastar em perícia.
Your clothes are so fancy. Did you get them topside? My mam used to say they don't got no stone to protect them topside. If I go up there, I'm gonna fall into the sky. Yes. When my doll left, he never came back. Who's to say he didn't fall up, eh? Don't fall into the sky when you go back up there.
Well, if it isn't my new best friend. You make it to the tower yet?
Like to buy something, I hope.
Não tem toma aqui. Aqui é ponto pra botar nos atributos, gente. O que a gente precisa é das talento ou habilidade.
I should have stuck to common nugs. I've gone and lost them too. I'll never find them though. No way I'm going back to that supplier in Dust Town. Guess I'm shutting it down. Gotta boil them before roasting, but otherwise no, safe as sand. Some people swear they make good pets. Good on you.
Missão.
Excuse me, do you have a moment?
Greetings, and welcome to Garen Garrison's luxury goods shop. Wow, there are a lot of you. And I've never seen one of those before. The things they come up with. What was I saying? Right. Yeah, I have some lovely things here. Lyrium.
Aí, ó. Esse aqui nós precisamos. Hum, 10 de constituição. Nossa. Que roubado, cara. 10 de regeneração em vida. 10 de regeneração de vida quanto explora. 3 de armadura. 20 para efeito de cura. Pô! Isso aqui num tanque, mano. Eita! Ah, tio, tem umas coisas boas aqui, meu.
I'm only asking because you never know who's going to... Oh, I was hoping you wouldn't notice. Most people... I had a little incident a few years back. I cut my... Except when forging. Then I'm straight as an arrow. Best work you've ever seen. Well, it's the lyrium, you know. Most of it. But handling the ore directly, sometimes you get burned. Not crazy, just a little... I have the best blades here. Enchanted to hold... weak surfacers like you. Even surface dwarf. Only not too much. Not
Pegar as
not
informações.
in the dust and not direct in the blood. And
You look like you're not from around here. Oh, wonderful. I've been trying forever to find someone who really knows the surface world. I don't suppose you've heard of something called the Circle? I've been trying to reach someone there for years. I've sent missives with every... I want to know if they would accept me for study. That would be wonderful. My name is... Tell them I've already begun reading the... Did you know the Imperial Majesty... Oh, I'll go pack my...
Estão atualizadas.
What's this? A human? I'm sorry, but I cannot allow you past the front lines without Adesha's permission. And I've heard nothing of any new patrols scheduled to leave today.
Don't let the comm fool you. The Darkspawn are...
Either we finally have the edge,
Ai, ai. Não vão deixar nós passar.
beasts are building up numbers for the next attack. What anyone knows?
You don't think maybe she's still there, Commander?
And now she's an ancestor. No one lasts 2 years in the tunnels. Huh? Just can't get enough of
Não vai
our
deixar.
clammy mine air, can you?
Nug a gente já achou ali pra devolver pro tio, ó.
Go on, I'm out of the nug game. Got nothing to sell. Saraka, I'm back in the game, such as it is. I don't have much besides gratitude.
This should be easy.
You have come at a difficult time. It quickly makes itself evident, no matter where one
Put the F. Sorry, can't talk. A crier's work is never done.
Ó, esse aqui é o representante do
There's a
Herald.
Grey Warden here. I am Dulan Forrender, second to Lord Harrowmont, King Endrin's own choice. Word is spreading that the surface may suffer a blight. It is shameful we are not in a better position to help. That may be, and that is a terrible risk for the surface. But even if the world would end tomorrow, Lord, he cannot afford to trust anyone of unproven loyalties. Asking the King of Orzammar to send armies to the surface, but right now, the men who should be fighting Darkspawn are... If you want Lord Harrowmont's time now, you'll have to prove you have no intention of turning against him later. That's a generous offer. If you mean it, you might attend the proving today. The Deshers take it very seriously, and unfortunately, Balin found some way to blackmail or intimidate House Harrowmont's best fighters into stepping down. That would be enlightening. Though I hope you won't pry too deeply. If you wish to show your loyalty, enter the proving as his lordship's
E
champion.
quer que eu participe da
Your
aprovação
reputation, I've no
em
doubt
nome
the
do
answer
Harrowmont.
will favor your arm.
And this is to be your king. One who cannot keep his own men from running like frightened children.
Lord Harrowmont does not use threats or intimidation to motivate his men. He leads by example.
Ah, I see. So it's his example they follow as they cower from this prince.
How dare you slander Lord Harrowmont?
Why should we ally ourselves with someone too scared even to grant us an audience? Were I you, I would seek a stronger king than this Harrowmont.
Surely you don't mean Balin.
Have it your way.
Then you agree to fight in Harrowmont's name. Balin would never work with anyone who humiliated him in that way. Harrowmont would have no fear of meeting with you then. Then I'm afraid your only choice is to wait until there's a winner. Lord Harrowmont cannot risk his life working with someone of unproven loyalties. If you change your mind, let me know. The proving is this afternoon, and Lord Harrowmont could certainly use you on his side. Do you see how things lie, Warden? Lord Harrowmont cannot trust you unproven, but he welcomes a good faith gesture. The provings are how our ancestors show their judgment, pitting body... the usual. A couple of Idukans, some Gavorns. They're both unpredictable, and some of the best fighters Orzammar has seen. I served under General Harrowmont for 3. He is the king Orzammar needs, especially in a blight. Balin would call any fight a victory so long as he remains. Balin is hosting a proving tournament. If you can enter as Harrowmont's champion, you would... Excellent. The arena... The key fighters we lost were Guidon. You can look for them in the fighters' preparation chambers behind the ring. If you need to find me again, I will wait in the Tapster's tab.
Tá, nós pegamos a missão, gente. Missão atualizada. Tá, isso aqui mesmo. Pegamos a missão, tá? Confiança de um Lorde. Não significa que a gente tomou a nossa decisão já. A gente tem que completar ali para provar a lealdade ao Lord Harrowmont. Vamos ver qual é que vai ser, né? Ah, meu. Ah, meu.
Won't take long.
Ah, meu. Tem que fazer essa campanha e depois voltar tudo.
You must be under great strain with the blight upon the land.
Voltar? Não vou deixar baú pra trás, não, gente. Estamos com 35 slots pra coletar, mas é pouco, cara.
This has dragged on too long. It's an insult to King Endrin's memory.
Opa!
Lord Balin is the voice of change and defense. Lord Harrowmont is the voice of stagnation.
Eita, uma peleia braba aí, não.
This won't take long.
Palácio Real.
No one enters the prince's estate without an invitation.
On it. As you like.
Jagunção não abre nada. Tá louco. Tem que cagar os outros a pau pra valer a pena. Tá na equipe. Como é que o cara é um ladino e não abre baú? Rapaz. Aí. Nossa, o meu pedregulhão bate forte ali, né? Vê?
By the ancestors. Good on you, Warden. You caught them in the act. I guess desperate times drive people to strength. Thanks again, Warden. On it.
On it. Bora. Tá quase upando já.
Warden, it is always a blessing for Orzammar to host your order. I am Vartak Gavorn, top advisor to our good Prince Balin. What news do you bring? Yes, the treaty. I've seen it in the Shaper's libraries. Now the difficulty is that the treaty only compels our king, and we are sadly lacking one of those right now. You must understand, Haramont hides behind his good reputation while sending spies. It's been like a knife in the heart for Balin to see so many of his Haramont has engaged in a campaign of bribery and coercion to ensure that every house serves him. But if a neutral party, a stranger, were to approach certain key members, perhaps with irrefutable evidence of Haramont's deception, I'm certain my Lord Prince would show his gratitude. Haramont promised the same portion of his estate to two different Deshers, Lady Dace and Lord Helmy. Haramont can... I have
Ele quer que entregue os documentos pros dois, provando que...
Once they see those, they should both reconsider their votes. Lady Dace doesn't leave the quarter much, but Lord Helmy's adventurous, likes to spend his time at... Remember, don't tell them you got these papers from me. You learned of them and drew your own conclusions.
Beleza. Câmera da Assembleia. Aumentar.
As you wish.
Your mind has gone to dust if you think we would pass such a writ. Half our houses would go broke without the service trade.
The proposal is only effective until we have a king to ensure we are respected by the surfacers.
Leaving you conveniently positioned to take over all contracts. I'll see your head on a pike first.
Deshers, lords and ladies of the Assembly. I've already doubled the guard to prevent violence. Must I summon more?
Steward Bandalore, Balin's sympathizers are tying our hands with trivialities. They may as well open us to the sky.
I suggest we put the matter to a vote.
And I suggest you have a taste of my family's mace.
Enough! The Assembly is in recess until the members can regain control of their emotions. Stone-forsaken fools. I'm sorry. This is the Assembly of the Clans. Only Deshers and occasional guests of state are allowed in. Forgive me. I am so exhausted. I completely forgot about the message from the... Welcome to Orzammar, Warden. I hope you can forgive our unrest, the loss of our... Respect for your role is great, but you won't receive a proper hearing until we have a king on the throne. Troubling, but it will still seem distant compared to the empty throne. The Assembly is blind to all else. I must admit, Warden, I am at a loss myself. It lies with Prince Balin or Lord Haramont. I only wish there was more I could do for
Não adianta falar com a Assembleia enquanto não tem um rei. Modes. Tá tudo que tem primeiro. Peguei o livro e upei. 16 já. Vamos ver, gente. Habilidade que a gente não botou, né? Um ponto ali, habilidade. Coisa boa. É muito bom também, né? Passiva. Passiva boa pra botar.
Right.
Outros códices, né, gente? Vamos pegar.
As you like. As you like.
As you wish.
Warden, I'm outraged. A thief in the Shapered. What have we been reduced to? I did. He was bald, with the most garish brand across his head. Almost like he took pride in being castless. Imagine. He's probably in the slums somewhere. As if he'd find a buyer for a stolen tome in Dust Town. They couldn't know the value.
Atualizada.
Oh, pardon me. Were you looking for... Not that I could really help. I, don't know the libraries very well. I was looking for something about the Orton Tig. It was lost during the last Blight. They were a noble house once, descended from the Paragon Orton, who composed the... My mother's family believes they were descended from Kalana Orton, who was training in Orzammar when the Tig fell. Unfortunately, any records would be buried in the Tig's ruins, somewhere in the deep roads. You're from the surface. What do you know about fighting Darkspawn? There aren't even any expeditions planned until they settle this election. Otherwise, you need special permission from the Assembly, or some great lord. A Grey Warden? Mother always said that if anyone could find the Tig, it was the Wardens. I hear Prince Balin and Lord Harrowmont have both been sending out small teams these days. Yes, if you can find the Tig in any records, that could do it. That could prove I'm a noble. If you could. Maybe now that you're looking. It's almost too much to hope.
Encontrar ladrão que roubou. A registro da família. Natai Orton.
When I last walked this hall, Endrin was king and Orzammar was at peace. The memories often speak of the swiftness with which change overtakes us. I apologize, Warden. I should not burden a stranger with such thoughts. I am Zebor, the Shaper of Memories. The Shaper guards Orzammar's knowledge. We have preserved in Lyria the memories record all. They are how we know to which family a child owes. They ensure we forget nothing of our past, good or bad. That is an odd request, especially for one so new to our city. I thought so. This is not the first time he's made this plea. My answer to Brother Burkle hasn't changed. So I ask you the same. On what basis would you have me insult the ancestors and overturn 2,000 years of tradition? He seems a charitable man, but that is a thin thread on which to tie Orzammar's traditions. Very well, he may hold a prayer meeting as he requested, if not build a new temple to his god. At least the words would come from one of our own. Now, is there anything more? These are Harrowmont lands promised here. But these are not the deals we approved at the Shaperate. Where did you get these? If you wish, you can make your words as false as the documents you bear. Not entirely. There were 2 promised deals, but their terms differed significantly from what is presented here. It appears the scripter altered the dates and locations of the agreements to make them identical. The prince consulted me before his father died. He wanted to know about King Bimo. I told him Bimo made many changes during his rule. Bimo declared that, in times of war, the warrior caste answered directly to the king, and all voting was suspended. Balin seemed... The Gavorn family is a minor one. Her brother died. Vartag Gavorn is on record asking the assembly to bar Harrowmont. You are...
Vamos lá, pegamos tudo. Pra taverna. Ah, meu fone já tá pendurado de novo. Bora, bora.
A new offensive is required against the dark.
Aqui, ó, vamos entregar pra ela o documento.
What do you want? Ah, I suppose you're the Grey Warden everyone's talking about. Well, this isn't exactly a surface broadsheet. Where did you get these? Never mind. It is true enough, but there's nothing I can do about it. This deal was made on behalf of our entire house. Only my father can revoke it. He is leading a Deep Roads expedition, trying to secure an ancient Tig. It's unlikely he'll be back before the election, but perhaps this vote is important enough for you to brave the tunnels to tell him? The Dace family would be in your debt. He was searching an old Idukan site. He left me with this map, in case his expedition never returned. I'll give you a pass as well. Usually, no one is allowed past the front lines.
Oh.
Does that mean you'll go? So Balin's victory means enough for you to risk your...
Ó, vamos poder. Pra entregar o documento tem que ser pro pai dele. O pai dela tá lá. Tá nos túneis.
2 years is tomorrow. By all the holy sodding ancestors, how can you people just ignore that?
Bronca didn't go alone, Ogden. She took the whole house, everybody but you. So just get over to Tapster's and drown yourself already. You know as well as I do, that's how this always ends.
You think I'm afraid of some cub warrior who's barely off the teat? Ha! I'll...
You lift a weapon or attack a single citizen in Orzammar, and you... You're stripped of your caste and exile.
Quase não usa a mana ali,
Get out
ó.
of here before I call a guardsman.
Fica 139 ainda, tá bem bom.
Can you believe it? Ogren's barely even warrior caste anymore, and he just clomps in here like he's entitled.
Ogren's a drunken wretch. He comes up here 2-3 times a week, hounding, gets quite violent about it. I'd be scared if they hadn't practically gelded him after he killed young Lord Mino. Well, he killed Lord Mino's youngest son in a duel to first blood. It was a huge scandal. Ogren should have been executed, but he'd won honors in the deep roads. Instead, they stripped him of all weapons and forbid him from engaging in fights within city limits. If he breaks the decree, he'll be exiled. She's still his wife, isn't she? Even if she took their entire house into the deep roads and abandoned him.
Bah.
It's been 2 years since Bronca left. No one has ever stayed in the deep roads that long and survived. The search teams who went out found nothing, but Ogren wants to keep risking lives searching. Chasing some old treasure. She was quite secret. She said she never asked if found a house, that she did. She actually threatened anyone who said they'd come after her. She invented a smokeless fuel. The deaths from the Black Lung also dropped. They moved Bronca, Ogren, and all their relatives to the noble caste and found... Well, before she was a paragon, she was just a...
Nossa, nossa prova agora nós vamos ficar caidaço.
So, I've been hearing rumors that a certain wine merchant is falling behind on his payments.
I can't imagine what you mean. I paid my expenses.
What about the expenses your good friend Jarvia incurs when
Pega
providing
café,
protection? It's not easy ensuring nothing bad happens, that no one...
One decides to just burn everything in your store.
My store! Please, I don't have much. Business isn't good. People are scared. Tell Jarvie I'll get her money.
Jarvie is not happy with your promises, old man. Now let's go inside and see what you've been holding back.
This is all I have right now. I could get more if I sell something.
Well, well, looks like we have a visitor. Friend of yours?
Get out of here. This is private business. Please, don't get involved with this. You don't know what they're like.
Then allow me to make some introductions. These are dangerous times in Orzammar, stranger. Lucky us, the merciful Jarvia is offering protection from the chaos. You're wearing some fancy stuff there. Might make you a target. So if you want the Carta's guarantee of safety, it's yours for the reasonable price of 10 gold sovereigns. Or I can't say what might happen. Then I can't be responsible for what happens to you.
Bora, filho. Os outros primeiro. Ele por último, velho. Runa, ótimo.
What have you done? Great ancestors, he's dead. In my store. I have to get out of here. I have to hide. Jarvia will hunt me down for this. I've never met her, of course. They say she never leaves Dusttown. That's the older area of the city where the casteless congregate. She's the one directing this depravity. Since good King Endrin died, they're getting bolder. I wouldn't be surprised if her men come after me in the Diamond Quarter itself. A band of casteless thugs. They're to blame for all the crime in Orzammar these days. They're criminals, and the children of criminals. The ancestors themselves declared them irredeemable. Their births are abominations. They were born from no cow. Actually...
Não, o tio vai sair fora. Não é legal. Onde será que nós pensamos? Onde será que a gente tá agora? Vou gravar aqui. Load. Ah, bem aqui, ó. Não vamos poder matar eles, gente.
I can't imagine what you mean.
I pay my expenses.
Eu quero que o cara fique na loja.
Expenses your good friend Jarvia incurs when providing your protection. It's not easy ensuring nothing bad happens. That no one
Tamo
decides
punk,
to
né?
just burn everything in your store.
My store! Please! I don't have much. Business isn't good. People are scared. Tell Jarvia I'll get her money.
Jarvia is not happy with your promises, old man. Now let's go inside and see what you...
Bônus de conjunto de objetos. Bônus de conjunto, mas qual que é o bônus do conjunto? Não diz qual que é?
As you wish.
Get out of here. This is private business.
So if you want the Carter's guarantee of safety, it's a commercial venture of like-minded individuals who make money in whatever way suits their talents. I don't see anyone who's going to make... Whoa, whoa! All right, you win. I'm not...
Ancestors, bless you for saving my poor store. I don't know how to express my... They used to be a problem only in Dusttown, but now they're criminals, and... Did you have something more pleasant? They used to be a problem only in Dusttown, but now they're in the Commons, shaking... I'm showing...
Where to now?
Did you have something more...
Pessoal, vamos encerrar a live por aqui hoje. De tarde, quem sabe eu trago um conteúdo mais longo daí. Deixa eu dar um save aqui. Quem curtiu aí, tá com o dedo em seguir aí, meu povo. Vai estar dando uma ajuda forte pra nós aí. Mais de tarde aí, pra de noite, eu vou estar trazendo uma live mais longa aí, pessoal. Vocês podem ver nos vídeos aí, vai ter o resto aí. Episódios 1, 2, 3 e 4, 5, 6 aí até agora. É nóis, gente. Só valeu.